Halloween the 31st, and I'm happy because it's scary.
Uh,
I'm happy because I got my Spider-Man morph suit and I am enjoying it.
how's that? Wait, when did you get that? You've already had it before, right?
Yep.
All right, because I know you had your sweater that is like that whole Spider-Man thing, but now you have the whole thing.
It's a Zippo one. Now I have a morph suit. It's total and it has like little rubber things on the feet.
Are you guys doing anything for Halloween?
Um,
I'm gonna eat candy like the fat person that I am.
I'm going out later tonight.
Doing what? Trick or treating? Partying?
I'm just gonna kick it with some friends. I'm probably gonna go back to sleep after this.
Okay. I'm gonna have a live stream of a bunch of scary games, spooky games. I got this
That's pretty
game.
scary.
I got this game. I got three games to play. Actually, I think I'll just remove it to two. There's a sale on PlayStation, which I got this game called Oxenfree, which is an intense
Mhm.
like psychological game. I guess I haven't heard of
It
it.
also has like a complete alternate reality game in and of itself too.
So there's Oxenfree. I got Game of Thrones because I'm gonna get into the Game of Thrones like TV show.
It's so scary.
It's a very good show.
So it's not scary, but like it's something to get into. And then this
It's
game
scary how
called White.
good it is.
Whoa!
This game. What's it called? It's called like something light, like dark light. I'm trying to remember what it was called, or White Knight, I think.
White Knight.
Yeah, I don't
It's a
remember.
game. It's a game about neckbeards.
I'll look it up what it's called, but fuck, I'm drawing a blank right now. Anyways, let's get
A
into
good
this.
scary game that I played is Power Drill Massacre.
Yeah,
That game is
you also
Oh,
gave me
God.
suggestions for some games, right? I'm taking those
yeah
as
Power Drill
well.
It was Power Drill Massacre and
Oh, play Luna.
yeah,
Luna.
Luna's pretty good.
I might
All
even
of the
play
Luna.
Until Dawn again.
Oh, it's Power Drill Massacre and Spooky's House of Jump Scares.
Hmm. You
Both
told
very
me
well
that
made
it's
games.
like you told me about that game how it was like not that like spooky like that like jump scare like it's not like a gimmick like it's actually like pretty cool or something like that.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, it has it's just like the atmosphere of the game and the art style is really nice and um it's funny. Like it's kind of funny, but then like it actually has really good. It gets better toward as the game progresses, and
Hmm.
so I think you like it.
Let's see. I think I'm coming up on the game right now. Fuck, I'm trying to figure it out. Other than that, there's not that many like awesome white. Yeah, it's called White Knight. It's like this black and white, like horror suspense type of shit. And I thought it'd be nice to get into it. If you're looking for something to watch, though, there's this new TV show called Black Mirror. It's not new to it's not new like a brand new concept. This is a UK type of thing, but it's finally come here to the US, right? Now, let me get your guys' opinions. What do you guys think about the Twilight Zone?
I like the Twilight Zone.
What I've seen is cool. It's just fucking weirdness.
All right,
It's
so
hype.
I think Black Mirror is the modern day Twilight Zone because there's some like creepy, like really creepy shit that goes down. I'll tell you about the one episode where you have a chip implanted into the back of your neck, right?
Yeah,
And they're like separated. It's like each individual episode is its own like actual entity. So it's not like a thing like a continuous story. So you have this chip in one of the episodes, and the chip reads all your memories, right? And you replay it back with a little like button. So
yeah.
this guy has an interview. It starts off with an interview, and he's like analyzing the interview that he was just at with this like little like gadget thing. It's really weird. And then he finds out that his wife was cheating on him throughout this
Hmm.
whole like time, and like it just gets really intense. Like Fuck, it's such a good show. It. If you like the Twilight Zone, I think you'll love Black Mirror as well. I just can't go into it because like there's like too many spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yeah, it's just a great concept for dark and awesome horror stuff. Not horror, it's like psychological horror, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. And I don't know about you guys, but like, do you guys prefer like the gore and like killing and stuff and like blood and aspect of
It
Halloween?
depends. Depends.
If it's used to enhance and not to shock. Like, I remember I went over to this guy's place and we watched a super scary movie, and it was just a gore fest. And I was like, dude, this kind of sucks. He's like, you have to have gore for it to be a horror movie. I was like, you are the stupidest person I know. Actually.
Yeah, it's like Rob Zombie's remakes of certain movies, like the first Halloween movie that he made, which was all right, but it just focuses too much on, or like the violence aspect and trying to shock the viewer than it was trying to tell a story. And I think that horror movies will suffer from that when they focus too much on it. Like think about Saw. Saw's like a gore porn type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Saw actually has like a good story too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I actually enjoyed the plot too.
What about you,
Yeah.
Matt? Did you-
I mean, I like the first two Saws. I think like after there's like what 7 Saws, I think it gets kind of tiresome.
7
after.
or 8, yeah.
Jesus,
if
it's
it-
really
if-
tiresome after that.
I stay away from horror movies because I don't think that like there's enough actual like depth in them. Like I don't learn anything from them. I don't like come out like a different person. It's just like, oh shit, like that's scary, but like
And there's nothing wrong with that, you know. There's some movies that, and horror can translate into very different feelings, and you get that from very different types of horror, you know. Like Alien for me is always unsettling because of the special effects and the anatomy of like the monster in the movie. It's very disturbing. And then you get movies like Silence of the Lambs, like towards the end with like Jodie Foster. She's in like in this dark room, and like the killer is like right behind her. You can see his hand. It's like night vision and kind of like very claustrophobic feeling almost. And
Buffalo
it's, like-
Bill's a great antagonist.
I think it's like because there's different types of horror. There's like shock horror. There's unsettling horror. There's gore.
psychological.
And then there's also Evil Dead, which is like horror comedy.
Oh yeah, Evil Dead's great.
Body horror.
Yeah, God.
So there's like, all right, I'll take a video game for example, The Walking Dead Telltale game, right? It's on the Sale of the Dead, which is like pretty much like all the like scary. It's being touted as like scary games. There are like horror elements, like jump scares and stuff, but I don't consider it a horror game, you know?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at.
Outlast, however, is a horror game, right? Because you have to be like, it's a deep. There's no actual like narration or story, but it is a like jump scare fest, and you know.
I fucking hate that that's what horror games are now. It's like, run, hide, get scared, do extremely mundane tasks, and get spooked while some monster man follows you. It's like, that's not fun. That's tedium.
It's hard because when you make like jump scares are a very effective scare. Like they're the cheapest type of scare that you can get technically, in my opinion at least, you know. But I think that's hard, especially now because a lot of games go with the, you know, if the thing touches you, you die instantly, and it's hard because you have to make your main character weak, or it has to have like a disadvantage compared to the monster. Because if you can kill the monster, then it loses its effectiveness to scare you. And of course, I think you have to have some sort of weakness. The players have a weakness, so it's either he's really weak or he can't do certain things. You know, like you can't, like maybe you don't have a proper hiding space. You have to run away from them, or you do have a hiding space, but you don't have any weapons, and you have like a limited light source. I mean, Silent Hill kind of did really well without that, because they made the environment more scary than the character. You know.
I think the best horror games are those that can tap into that psychological horror, the gore aspect, and the jump scare aspect, right? One that I'll
Mhm.
take also is PT. PT did a great job because it's like a repeat thing. You're just like, okay, I got to do this over and over and over and over again, right? And you don't see any
Yeah,
changes until you see an actual like scary change in the place. I don't know if you
yeah,
guys have played PT, but I think that's one of the
Oh
better
yeah.
horror
I did.
games that was never actual. Like it's a demo and it does way better things than a lot of horror games out there do.
It, my favorite horror is when you get that dread feeling.
Hmm.
Where it's not like, oh, that scared me. Okay, I better. It's when you're walking through or you're looking and you're watching and you're interacting and it's just this sense of like something really bad is gonna happen. I know it's gonna
Hmm.
happen and I feel sick and worried.
Yeah, because
there's
that
a
game,
game I
they. What's up?
there's a game I played recently. It's called Anatomy, and it's a very well made PC horror game. And it basically you're in a house and you walk around in the dark. It's a very very dark house. Very few. There's like one light source in the entire house, and you play um, like these tape recordings throughout the house of this guy. It's kind of like a VHS tape recording, and what do you call it? You hear like this doctor and he's going through how the house is like a body, and he goes through the anatomy of the house, and it's so tense and there's no jump scares whatsoever. There's nothing actually. The house is the monster itself, but there's nothing chasing you, but there's nothing attacking you. But you're walking through this house, and it's kind of silent, and it's ambient, and it's very, very terrifying at times.
I'm also gonna be
Um,
playing Gone Home because it's taking me forever to play it. So live streaming it would be a good
Yes.
idea. Because I don't
Ooh.
is that a horror game? Like I don't.
um,
We gotta be hella big with this game
Okay.
to actually get it. You will start off spooked.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Like I love those type of games. That's just just like an ominous feel. Like Firewatch also gives that like anxiety feel.
It can, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I think if something can give me anxiety, if a game makes me feel something, it's better than a lot of actual horror games.
Hmm.
I am just waiting for a really good Lovecraftian game or movie because in all of Lovecraft, you can't win. You can't kill the monster. The most you can do is not die right away.
And not become insane because like the monster,
Right away.
yeah, because the monster is on a different plane of existence. And it's
If
hard.
you look at them, you become a mumbling mass of Elder God horror.
Aaron, have you ever played Call of Cthulhu?
I have it. I have not played it.
Is a very there's actually some scares that can get you, but not from like I wouldn't say they're jump scares, but like the citizens themselves are kind of creepy, and there's a section where
Yeah.
you're like sneaking and
I've
um
I've played a little bit of the tabletop, which
Yeah.
yeah,
is really, really, really cool.
it's pretty cool. Yeah,
I want to play more of it. I would love to run it one day, but
Hmm.
I don't know. Lovecraftian is just, fucking hell. It's so cool.
Speaking of games, after today, tomorrow will be officially November, and I think this year's gone by pretty quick,
Oh yeah.
especially for gaming. Now, I think we've had a weak year of gaming. I think the indie titles were the best this year out of the big blockbusters. But we're gonna
yeah.
go over the games coming out in November, and I want you guys' quick take on it. All right.
Okay.
November 4th, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I don't think either of you are gonna get this.
I don't care.
No.
I if they sold the Modern Warfare HD separately, I would probably get Modern Warfare like 1 separately, but not
Hmm.
for Infinite Warfare because I'm tired of Call of Duty and uh,
Yeah.
like Modern Warfare 1 in my opinion is the best Call of Duty. It has a good storyline, like an actual storyline that you can invest yourself
Hmm.
in because the characters are believable and there's not a lot of set pieces that are stupid. It's not an action movie. It's actual kind of gritty realism at least a little bit in
Hmm.
the game. And I think that's what drew me in. And then like after Modern Warfare 2 where they added kill streaks and all these perks and everything is when I just kind of drifted out.
I think this might be their lowest selling game. That's my prediction for it. Next game, Mario Party Star Rush.
Ooh, I'm excited for this.
It said that there was no term thing. I'm sick of that. They need to go back to Mario Party. They need to not have it be like, you're in the car together.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, just fucking Mario Party, dude. Stop fucking with it. I want to hate my friends like I used to, not in a new way. I don't want to hate the game. I want to hate them.
But dude, it has
Yeah.
amiibo support.
I don't give a fuck.
November 8th, Harvest Moon, Skytree Village, another 3DS titles.
I don't have a 3DS.
I think this is
Harvest Moon is
I think
good.
this is a good month for 3DS if you got one. But there's that. November 11th, Dishonored 2, which I know Aaron's excited for.
Oh god, yeah.
Corvo returns
Yup.
with a new female protagonist, Emily Baldwin.
Caldwin.
This is Baldwin here.
Well, they're fucking stupid.
Okay, well.
It's Emily Caldwin. It's the little girl you rescued in the
Oh, it
last
is
game.
Caldwin. Wow. This fucking article's trash now.
They lied to you, one.
Tell us about Dishonored 2, Aaron, since you're so pumped for this. Anything new?
From what I've seen, it's. I haven't done much looking into it. I'm just kind of waiting. But from what I've seen, it's like. First off, you can play as Emily, which is fucking crazy because, like, you saved her as a little girl. Depending on which run you did, if you did High Chaos, she died. Spoilers. Her like blink is different. It's like instead of just instantly transporting, it's like you do like move really fast. So like guards can see you do that and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's new
it's
powers,
fun.
right?
I think there's some new powers, yeah.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Next game, November 15th, we get another remaster, Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection.
Don't care.
It's the Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelations. Now, I would get it, except I don't want Revelations, because I know Revelations is trash. However, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is amazing, and
It is a very
It's
good game.
okay.
I think that's the best Assassin's Creed. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Best Assassin's Creed is Brotherhood, because there's a lot of depth into it, and then it started going downhill from there.
There's a lot of fun to play online Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm. I like the Assassin's Creed 3 Brotherhood. That was alright. If this is $60, I don't think it's worth it. I'm getting tired of the
It just Yeah.
re-releases. We've already had Skyrim, BioShock, and now Assassin's Creed. It's sad because we can't come up with anything new in this new day of gaming. You know, everything's being remade. No creativity.
Well, I think I want more re-releases that are from previous generation of consoles. I want some PS2 re-releases. That would be really
Yeah.
good. Think of RE think of the Resident Evil remake, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get it.
Total facelift of the graphics. That's what I want. You know, give me a Spider-Man 2 remake. Give me Okami already had its remake, and some of the classic, some of the more obscure games have also already been remade. But fuck it, give us like a SpongeBob SquarePants
Yes,
remake.
exactly.
I'd buy that.
All right. Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection for November 15th. Watch Dogs 2, no set release. It says here, but Watch Dogs 2 looks interesting, except it's a Ubisoft title, which I can't trust. We went over Watch Dogs 2 last week, and our opinions on it.
So excited.
Mm-hmm. November 18th, Killing Floor.
Yo,
Killing Floor 2, my bad.
I like Killing Floor.
Gore-filled co-op first-person shooter. It's a simple game is what Bill Monk is saying. This,
Killing Floor is really fun.
can you tell us anything about it?
It just has a really unique gameplay that's better. It's a unique twist on some certain first-person shooters because there's some objectives that it gives you something to do, or like you look at something and then I don't know how to explain it. Like you get like kind of a currency sort of way, and it influences your gameplay a bit because you get to like buy new things and stuff like that. And it's really interesting. It's a very interesting game, and I'm all for it.
What about you, Aaron? Have you figured anything about Killing Floor 2?
I don't know anything.
Alright, we'll look out
Honestly.
for it. Next one, another Nintendo 3DS title, Pokemon Sun and Moon. New Pokemon, new evolutions, new secrets, new gameplay changes. I think it's a good month for 3DS users. You should be enjoying this before Nintendo forces you onto the Switch.
Before the assimilation.
Yeah, I think Pokemon Sun and Moon would do well. I haven't been in. I just don't like the DS Pokemons. I like the original Game Boy, like advanced. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, all of those.
I like Leaf Green. Leaf Green was always
Yeah,
my
Leaf
favorite.
Green as well. November 22nd, Amnesia Collection, which we talked about the oh, you got to hide from the monster and now it's coming for you. This one has
Amnesia's a good game.
this collection has Soma, Amnesia: The Dark
Ooh.
Descent, and Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs. Which I don't know. I can't get into Amnesia. It's the same with the horror thing.
Hmm.
It's a very good game. I like Amnesia. And Soma, in my opinion, was a really good game. I know some people didn't like Soma, but I liked it a lot.
Another title for November: Darksiders War Mastered Edition. Another remaster. It's gonna have.
Yo.
I don't know. They say this: better shadows, post-processing effects, and 60 frames per second on PS4
Ooh,
and
that's
Xbox
nice.
One. The Wii U version will run at 30 frames, and the second entry in the series of Definitive Edition 2015. I don't know much about Darksiders. Uh,
That's a very good adventure type of game. Lots of good combat in it, and the 60 frames per second frame rate like thing on the remaster is like a total plus for me because it had some really choppy frame rate during some times on the original on the 360.
mhm. And finally, November 29th, Final Fantasy 15. 10 years in development. I don't know if I can. Final Fantasy Versus 13 will finally be released as Final Fantasy 15, and it's just a boy band.
It's a very good game, despite like how
Mhm.
it looks. It's definitely a lot better than Final Fantasy 13. I can tell you that.
Mhm. I don't know. Are you planning on getting it?
Yeah, I'll probably get it. I like the Final Fantasy series, and there was definitely a low point. I think it was during 12, the run between like 11 through 13,
Mhm.
was when it started getting really choppy and like not consistent in terms of quality. Not even like gameplay quality, but like just story quality was getting like really bad. And like I think I was like after Final Fantasy 14, I started getting back into it, and I was like, yeah, this is starting to get good again. So I'm
Mhm.
excited. Starting to look up for the series.
Now I was gonna go through the Netflix coming out, but there's a long list, and I'm gonna be looking at good ones that coming out. Bob the Builder, White Christmas, of course, that's coming out.
Yo.
Stephen King's Thinner. My bad. A bunch of Thomas and Friends. Just scrolling through here. Danger Mouse, All Hail King. There's a lot of shit coming on Netflix, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that are leaving Netflix as well in the month of
Mhm.
November. Other than that, I don't think there's much for this. Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life. That one, if you're Gilmore Girls. Other than that, that's about it. Netflix. More Netflix news as it's being like shown that Netflix numbers, like subscribers, are reaching cable subscriptions. Let's see.
I'm glad about that.
Yeah, they've beat Comcast subscriptions. Comcast is at 22.4 million, Netflix is at 47.5.
ESPN lost, I think it was
600,000.
627,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, 627,000 subscribers. And it's not even just like people dropping the NBA thing. It's people dropping.
Sports
It's people
Center.
just leaving cable. It's people just people leaving cable because they're unplugging for internet, which is a good
Yeah, cord
choice.
cutting is a good thing in my opinion because I recently got this new service called Sling TV,
Yeah.
and it's $25 a month, right, for like 40 channels. But at the same time, like
Mhm.
these cable people come up to you and they're like, you have 300 channels. Well, how many of those are you actually gonna watch? You know?
Yeah. How much of those are just white noise that you put on the background during your day?
Mm-hmm. So I think by the end of the year, Netflix subscribers will peak uh, total cable subscriptions.
Hmm.
Because total cable is 48.8. Netflix is at 47.5, and with like the more like content coming to Netflix, this is gonna increase and increase.
And the Netflix exclusive series are also really, really interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more than anything that Showtime or HBO has on right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's about it. These are the free games for PlayStation Plus. All right, which I think is trash. One of them is trash. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Deadly Tower of Monsters. That's for PS4. For PS3, you
Never
get
heard
Dirt
of that.
3 and Costume Quest 2.
Ooh, Dirt's not bad. Dirt's actually really good.
And for
It's a racing
Vita,
game.
you get Letter Quest Remastered and Pumped BMX.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Deadly
don't.
Towers of Monsters.
For Xbox Live games with gold, you get, let's see, The Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition
Ooh.
and
Yeah.
Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Like, come on.
Oh shit!
Both really good.
Each one is backward compatible with Xbox One, like all recent Xbox 360 titles in the gold games with gold lineup.
I'm really excited. Actually, I really love Secret of Monkey Island. It's a very good kind of. I wouldn't say. I don't know. It feels reminiscent of a point and click adventure at times because it just has a nostalgic feel to it.
on
And it's a
X-
very good game.
on Xbox One is also Super Dungeon Bros, a local multiplayer game that will launch this November. Xbox Live subscribers can grab it all month, while the mystery game Murdered Soul Suspect will also be available to download.
Uh,
Like, I think that lineup beats fucking the PlayStation lineup.
Depends on what you like, of course. I think Dirt was the only one that was actually notable for me because I like racing games.
But it's not
And,
backwards compatible with a PS4, right? So if you don't have a PS3, you're fucked.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Speaking of PS4 getting fucked, Skyrim Special Edition isn't quite as special on PS4. Right here's the subtitle. PS4's file size limitations make some mods impossible to support. That pisses me off just because I think PS4 should have mods, except it's all Sony that isn't allowing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's mostly because Bethesda's being kind of shitty with the mods on Skyrim. Like they were charging money for some of them.
Oh,
They changed
that's
the policy
bullshit.
once. Yeah, and it was actually becoming a thing where the creators just weren't getting money from the people when they bought the mods too.
Mhm.
That was also a problem. Um,
Right now
it's just kind of
there are 47 mods for PS4 users and 124 on Xbox One.
yep.
So you think about it, I mean, like in the short term, like I remember when there was like announced that PS4 and Xbox One, right? They were announced and like
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh my God, Xbox One is complete trash." Well, now look at how much support it's getting, you know?
Yeah, and it's the problem that if we're going to talk about Skyrim, the special edition, for me, I'm not going to buy it because it's not a very good remaster in my opinion. They fixed some of the lighting problems and they add some god rays to make it look a little bit more pretty, add like a little new sheen to the overall layer of it. But Skyrim as itself is like, in my opinion, it's not a very good RPG.
Hmm.
You can get it's very easy to get immersed in the game, but if you were to take it seriously as an RPG, it's not even close to any of the top ones. Like Dark Souls is a really good RPG, and Skyrim for me is like a puddle, like it's a very wide puddle,
Mm-hmm.
and then a game like Dark Souls, or a game like even a game like Final Fantasy, which is just a turn-based RPG. It's a game with that is not very very long, but it also has tons of depth to it, and that's what makes it an interesting game.
I mean, like this whole saga with Bethesda and PS4 battling for mods on the console, right? Bethesda want to have the console, like they want to have console mods. It's just Sony has like guidelines. I don't know what like the guidelines are, but right here it says Skyrim originally wasn't going to receive mod support on PS4 at all, which Bethesda blamed on Sony rigid guidelines for the feature, right?
Mhm.
Like I don't know what's up with Sony, man. Just let us have the
And it,
mods.
and there's some mods that are like really really good. There are some mods that are good, but the PS4 just straight up can't run because you have to change the script, and
Mm,
you have to change like the script line and stuff like that, and like things like the UI, changing the UI, or fixing the frame rate or something like that.
yeah.
Those are like impossible to run on consoles. That's understandable, but there are just some that are like totally not available, and off the selection,
What do
and
you
it makes no
think,
sense.
Aaron, on PS4 mods?
I'm a fucking fanboy. I mean, it sucks that that's how it is. I was honestly just planning on getting like GTA 5 and Skyrim and all that shit on Steam when I can,
Mm-hmm.
because like
Yeah, the mods. I think
one,
mods are a big thing, right? Because it takes something that the developers couldn't do, and it makes the game better.
just something they didn't think of.
Or
I
they.
mean, look at fucking Minecraft. A lot of their updates are based off of mods.
Mm-hmm. And like the funnest, I think the funnest of games, the fun games are the ones where you could change the Thomas the Tank Engine, like the dragon into Thomas the Tank Engine. Like I remember when I saw
Or the
that,
raw,
I just couldn't believe it, you know?
yeah.
Like I can't believe that we as like actual like humans could crack a game made like, tightly for that and then change everything about it.
And it wasn't even like, and things like that were like the little fun mods. There's actual mods that's telling you about like the ones that require scripts, the ones that add new quests or add better textures that are high res. And they'd straight up fix the game, And it's kind of sad that they can't do that for the PS4 game. And the PS4, the special edition should be the fixed version. It shouldn't have as many glitches as it does,
Hmm.
which is also a thing that I won't get into, but it's also a very glaring problem in
Yeah,
Skyrim.
the Saints Row 2 PC port is trash, right?
Hmm.
But with mod support, it makes the game runnable. It makes it like it crashes at times, but it's still really good.
Yeah, I would rather prefer it if Bethesda actually remastered one of the older games that actually does need a remaster, because they release like Elder Scrolls every 6 years or
Hmm.
so, maybe even longer than that now that the games are getting bigger. I really would have preferred like an Oblivion or a Morrowind remaster because they're more traditional RPGs. They're better RPGs than Skyrim.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know. I'm just not very excited at all for the remaster edition
Hmm.
of Skyrim.
Uh, yeah, I'm still waiting for mods on Fallout 4, which will probably happen next year, and that pisses me off. I actually started playing more Far Harbor now that it was like Halloween-ish to play.
Yeah.
It's a good expansion. What's next here? So, are you guys into pirating at all? Do you guys pirate anything?
I never pirate anything ever. I don't have uTorrent or anything like that. I pay for
How
everything.
would you know what it
I
is then?
actually
What?
I What's a uTorrent? What's a torrent? What's a Pirate Bay?
So
I
86.
buy I actually buy all my music because I'm not a swashbuckling
Oh,
sailor like you guys.
what? Fuck you. I don't pay. I don't pirate my music anymore.
Since I've got a job, I've been paying for shit more, and I pay for my own Spotify and shit like that. So
Well,
There are
listen.
just some.
What?
Sorry,
Right.
go ahead.
So this 86-year-old woman accused, all right, accused of pirating Metro 2033, was told to pay $5,000.
Hey, it's the law.
No
You
one
know.
is safe. No one. Not even your
It's like
grandma.
it's like that fucking this South Park episode where like it talked about pirating. It's just ridiculous now. Who made Metro? Like
T-
what company made it? Metro.
THQ? I'm
Well, THQ
trying to read through
needs
this.
to fucking yeah. THQ developed by 4A Games, published by THQ. They need to fucking chill because it's a fucking game that you already worked on as a 9 out of 10 on Steam, a 6.9 on IGN. You guys have made plenty of fucking money off of this. I'm sure you don't need $5,000 from grandma. If she wants to play your video game for free, fucking let her.
So
It's
experts,
like an ethics thing. It's an ethics thing, you know. It depends because, like, I think it's them functioning more as a company than as like people with, you know, emotions or anything like that. Because again, pirating is against the law, and you know, I'm not, and I'm no upstanding citizen. I'll admit that, but I do believe that like you should just. I mean, if you want to get something, just buy it. It's not that more. It's not
yeah,
that expensive.
I
You know, you run the risk of doing lots of stupid things, and getting caught, of course, is the worst thing. The offenses for like going, like you could go to prison straight up, and you have to pay a huge ass fine just to, if you ever get caught pirating for something. And
mhm.
I'm not telling you guys not to do it. You guys can do what you want, but for me, I've had no problem just waiting to buy things, especially because now there's
Mhm.
certain things that you can't find to download on online. Sometimes you just straight up have to go to the store and buy it because it's a very obscure title or something like that. And
Mhm.
that's how I grew up. I would save my money all the time when I would buy things at my local used CD shop. And some people have different values. And,
Well, there's also people who torrent a game as a demo and then buy the game. I don't
True.
think that's exactly like entirely justifiable to do,
yeah,
but at the same
because
time, like
because some
there's
of them
people
have
who
free
don't
trials.
have
Let's
money.
say hypothetically that I used to do that. Okay, hypothetically, of course. A lot of these hypothetical torrents say like, "Hey, if you like this, go buy it." A lot of them do. They're like, "If you like it, go support it." Like,
Hmm.
why are you doing this if you actually enjoy it? Like,
Yeah, I get you.
so
See, I think pirating music is like it's taken me a while to realize, but it's like a really shitty thing to do, right?
Mm,
But as like a child, I didn't have any like way to actually find music. I didn't have enough money to buy CDs, so I'd go to LimeWire, right? Download it from
yeah.
there. I didn't know at the time that it was illegal, right?
hypothetically,
Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I just think there are some things that there's some things that justify pirating, like reviewing a game and then buying it, and then
I
there's
don't
if you're
know.
things.
fucking torrenting from someone like fucking EA, a multi-billion-dollar company, I
Yeah,
feel like it's like cool, dude. Whatever.
but
It's a
not
very
indie
gray
studios.
area.
Yeah, yeah, it's gray. I think it's very gray. But however,
I
people are
think.
saying that someone could have in the building. Experts, of course, mentioned that someone in the building could have gotten on an unsecured network and downloaded it, framing her for the
Exactly.
piracy. Now that shit's crazy because that means like someone could go to your like hack into your shit, download it, and now you're fucked.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know. Pirating is whatever. Like people have already made up their minds on pirating. Like it's not like I
Yeah.
can't just be like pirating's bad, don't do it, right? But I also can't say pirating's good, keep doing it. It's to each their own how they feel about it.
I think it's just like a maturity thing, you know. Like you never realize the impact of it until you start getting more involved with what you're purchasing as a product, you know.
Mhm.
Like going to certain game studios when I was a kid. Like I would visit Ubisoft Montreal, or I would go to sometimes I would get a little tour of some of the other game studios. Like they had like there's a THQ headquarters on the Northwest, and I really enjoyed like visiting it, and I would appreciate like the games more. So like, if you go see like a band at a venue, or you
Mhm.
go see your favorite. It's more points if you go see your favorite band at a venue, and you realize how much work they put into their sets and how much effort goes into that. And it makes you appreciate. And it's not, like CDs aren't really that expensive. It's like what, $10 and you get an MP3 download off of Amazon, and it's really not that hard. You can wait and just have your money, then you can buy the thing. I think it's just a lot of impatience with people. They just want to have things constantly at their fingertips.
Speaking of going to a live show, me and Aaron, of course, last night went to the Wonder Years, and you left during the Wonder Years.
So first off, I was getting a ride. So it wasn't just me.
No,
Second
I'm
off,
not like saying, "Oh, why'd you leave?"
oatmeal,
But like,
fucking cucumber to eat. So I wanted to get some fucking pancakes and shit. But nah, dude, it was a killer show. I got super fucked up. I'm tired as hell.
I have my official ratings for each band that played. All right.
Yeah.
Seaway.
Go on.
I gave them a 3 out of 5. They're they're a good opener, right? They like knew how to get everyone like up and like jamming, right? And I think they're really good. Next up was Moose Blood, which I didn't really like because I felt like they played in the same key and they were like really like generic stuff. And that was my first impression of them. So of course I'm not saying Moose Blood's a bad band. Like I still have to like dive into them. But I gave them a 2.7 out of 5 for that performance. And then Knuckle Puck. At this point for Knuckle Puck, I was like, I was like, all right, I gotta like start jamming and moshing, right? So they were intense. I gave them a 3 out of 5. They did really good. They did pretty good, right? Following that, Real Friends came on, and I think they were the best ones tonight. Last night, they killed it, dude. They played like a lot of songs that, like that were appropriate. They had good like actual like stage presence. And
they pandered a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say they said some like stuff like, we gotta go out there and vote and for everything.
Oh, really?
It was weird. Like it was really weird.
Oh yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah.
That's
it was
really
fine.
bizarre.
Whatever, dude. It was a good show. He was just being. It's. I don't know his name, but fucking let me look it up.
Damn.
They're that kind of band.
Okay.
I think they were, and then in the Wonder Years, a 3 out of 5. Halfway through their set, I was like, all right, I can't take this. I've been like in the mosh pit for way too long. I can't breathe.
You tired?
Yeah, I was tired, dude. Like my neck was constantly up, so I had to like step out and enjoy the concert from like the side. And overall, it was a good show. Last year the Wonder Years killed it. This year they did all right. They did good. They weren't like super amazing, but they weren't also like super bad.
I want to say Seaway was okay. They were like the mediocre generic pop punk. Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. I really liked Moose Blood like a lot. So they were hype. Knuckle Puck, I almost fucking died. I got to a point where I couldn't move. Like at all.
Exactly.
Like actually, I had to like crowd surf to safety.
Yeah, dude. I was like, all right, I gotta get the fuck out of here. How do I do it? I should crowd surf. But I was like,
just pile drive your way through. Grab someone from the venue and just like use them as a battering ram.
You grab somebody and you jump on their back and push yourself up.
Juan, you use the kindergarten method. You spin in a circle with your arms in full extent.
Oh, fuck that, dude. I'd get killed.
What else? Real Friends is always cool.
Yeah,
always
I think
fucking
Real Friends
cool.
did really well. Like I think they did better than the Wonder Years. That's because in comparison to last year, the Wonder Years weren't as good. But that's my first time seeing Real Friends, and that was good.
I don't dislike Wonder Years. I just don't actively listen to them anymore. Soupy stage presence was really cool. How they opened it was really cool.
They opened with an acoustic track. You know the acoustic off of The last song on No Closer to Heaven?
No. No.
No, I'm talking to Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are cutting out a bit. Matt?
I'm still here. Yeah,
Okay. It cut out a bit. But you know the last track off No Closer to Heaven? The acoustic
yeah.
track?
Of course, yeah.
They started with
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
which was really weird.
It's probably a mood setter.
Because everyone's like, oh my god, the Wonder Years, right? Let's go! And everyone thought they was gonna like start with something like big, and then they started with like an acoustic track, a slow acoustic track.
Yeah, like the first 3 songs were real slow, sad songs. It's like, okay, dude.
Anyways, I think
I
that's
feel
about
like
it.
you got your set flip flops.
Mm-hmm. When I got home though, like I was like dead. Like I just like couldn't sleep either. I like constantly woke up. I don't know.
Denny's was super fucking bomb. I got the lumberjack slam, and I still have some downstairs from right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Thanks to our
doing
sponsors,
good.
Denny's.
I
Sponsor
will
us!
gladly. I will whore myself out to Denny's, dude. Are you kidding?
I would probably sell out if I was sponsored by Village Inn because I like their strawberry crepes.
Alright, you know what I hate? I left the mosh pit during the Wonder Years, and I checked my phone, and it was like 30 minutes before. He's like, Denny's? And he's like, we're going to Denny's now. See ya. That was...
Denny's love.
Yeah. I didn't know what you were like saying until I realized like, and don't you sent me a Snapchat too. It couldn't. It wasn't loading. I was pissed. I was like, don't send me Snapchats, man.
It was me at Denny's.
Mm-hmm.
With moose blood.
Let's
With Moose Blood. I was there with real friends, Moose Blood, Knuckle Puck, Seaway. We were all jamming.
I can't get into all the things you're planning to talk about. So let's just get into the album review. You blew it. You blew it, guys. I'm loading up my Spotify now to take a look at the track list.
Ugh.
Keep on. What's it called? Keep
Doing what you're doing.
Okay, keep doing what you're doing.
It was good.
What do you guys
It
think
was.
It's a very good album. It's a very solid album. It reminds me a lot of Hot Water Music. The vocalist does, at least, because it's a very rough style, roughy, edgy type of vocals are going on. But like, it has these really nice interloping guitar riffs that I thought were really interesting. Even though it kind of blended in, it was a good blend. It was really smooth, kind of like a Dr. Pepper.
All right.
Fresh.
Here's the official bio.
Sponsor Dr. Pepper.
Though they might sound like a
Chicken
long.
ice cold Dr. Pepper at Denny's.
Just get a whole bunch of plugs in.
I would.
Though they might
This
sound
album
like
was just as good as horseporn.com.
Oh, fuck. Get the fuck out of here with your horse porn. That's like the 3rd time you've mentioned it.
We are sponsored by it.
Though they might sound like a long-last band from the 90s, emo rivalists You Blew It came together in 2009, drawing up all of the heartache, uncertainty, and energy of bands like the Get Up Kids and Captain Jazz. The Orlando, Florida band will feel familiar to anyone who grew up with the sound of the initial records catalog as a soundtrack to their life. The band made their debut in 2009 with the self-titled EP, following up with another EP, The Past and the Present, in 2010. Their first full-length, Grow Up Dude, arrived in 2012, and a sophomore effect, Keep Doing What You're Doing, followed 2 years later in early 2014. Now, You Blew It. I think they would have fit right in with Weezer, right?
Yeah, it's a good alternative rock sound, I guess. Because Weezer I guess you can go in any order because there's a history to alternative rock, and it starts with the Pixies. And the Pixies were this very weird sounding band, kind of like almost like a noise rock band, and they influenced so many artists. And Weezer was one of them. And Weezer kind of put the alternative rock on the map. Like it was in an area where grunge was starting to die out because Kurt Cobain had recently killed himself, and you had bands like Korn and the Deftones on the rise, and you also had a little weird type of happy-go-lucky band called Weezer, and they kind of put the seeds for emo rock and alternative rock in the scene,
Mm-hmm.
and I wouldn't doubt it if they were heavily influenced in it. I know that they covered them, right? One.
Yes, they have an album called "You Blew It" with BLUE Blue, and it's based off the Blue album. It has "In the Garage," "My Name Is Jonas," "Only in Dreams," "Surf Wax America," and "Suzanne." They covered those songs, and yeah. Let's get to the album though. What do you guys think of "Keep Doing What You're Doing"?
I liked it. I just everything seemed to kind of be a little samey in the way that like I don't know what song is which.
Okay, yeah, that seems fair.
The band's starting.
But
I think it's just starting to get its footing. You know.
Mm-hmm. Um, I found out about this band last year at the Wonder Years show. They were the openers, and at the time I didn't really know who they were. But after that show, like they did, like they like hooked, like I got hooked to them. They had a really awesome like set they played, and
Hmm.
I don't know. Other than that, 10 songs I think is fine for an album. They did really well, you
oh
know,
yeah,
because we always say how like there's a lot of like there's albums that have like a long like they go on for
Yeah.
far too long.
They have filler tracks in them.
Yeah, this one I don't think it has a filler track. Other than I'd say a different kind of kindling or Rock Springs, like the middle section. But overall, I think it's good. You know.
I think it's a very cohesive album, that's for sure. I liked my favorite was "A Regional Dialect" was my favorite song off the album. It had a really interesting beginning, kind of I don't know how to explain it. It's a little 1-2 punch type of combo where they have like one guitar goes in a certain riff and the other guitar overlaps it. It's a very stop and start type of tempo, and I like it a lot. It's really pleasant to hear.
If you guys look at their guitarist, it looks like JonTron. I don't know if you guys know who JonTron is, but overall, my first impression of him when I saw him live was, hey, that's JonTron. Other than that, I really like the lyrics as well. Like they have like really like last year or not last week we talked about the Wonder Years like literal literal type of lyrics. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
some lyrics, but one of them is like, "I'm not a fucking trophy, but to you I might as well have been."
Yeah, one of the songs had an opening lyric to it that or opening phrase that I thought was really interesting. He says, "If I had the there's some, if I had the audacity that you had, I would tell you how ashamed of you I am."
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm
thought that
trying
was
to
pretty
remember if
funny.
I had your. Yeah, I got you. I know that one. There's I don't know. There's all the lyrics. There's a lyric from each song that like I cling to and like it means something to me. And I think that's the song from "You and Me," which is a good way to like wrap up the album. But then it goes into "Gray Matter," which picks it back up, and it talks about like you've made the list of people. Let me see. Like I'm starting to realize that I'm wasting my time defending every single circle that you're spinning. Like it goes in like a
Yeah.
really like bitter, like bitterish.
Yeah,
and then better.
I
to
definitely
best.
got that vibe from all the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Better to best as well. Maybe things aren't quite as bad as I let myself believe. Is like taking a spin on that bitterness. Like I just threw out all this bitterness at you, and maybe things aren't as bad, you know, as I told myself. Like I like it's not like a concept album, but like it really like is self-aware.
Yeah, it's emotional, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It had a really interesting, nice ending to it. I think that was a good closing track to have.
Mm-hmm.
Where it just isolates the vocals for a few seconds and just silences it out. It's really nice.
You Blue is like quickly becoming one of my new favorite bands. Like these guys are like
I
great.
definitely see them becoming one of the next bigger things.
Mm-hmm. They have a new album coming out November 11th, so 2 weeks from Friday.
I'll make sure to check into that.
They have 2 singles out now called Auto Theology and Greenwood. Yeah, Auto Theology and Greenwood. I was gonna say we should review those as well, but it's a different. They're going in a different like direction, so I don't think it'd be great to review if they're going in a different direction.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think that's about it for the podcast. Matt, you have next pick on the album.
I am choosing drumroll, please.
Wait, all right. I forgot. Wait. I forgot. I totally forgot. What would you guys give this rating? For keep doing what you're doing.
It's a 3 out of 10 for me. Or 3 out of 3 out of 5.
Whoa. Damn.
3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
I'd agree with that. I feel like it's 3 out of 5 now with the potential to rise
So
with more listens.
good album. Good.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Solid.
really good.
I give it
Really
a
solid.
3.7 because I really like it. That's just my bias towards it.
It was only like 30 minutes long.
Yeah, and that I think that's a good,
We talked about this last week, didn't we? About album length, how track lists really influence how I interpret an album.
Oh, speaking of like long albums, Avenged Sevenfold released a new album. Like they just dropped it out of nowhere, called The Stage.
Yeah.
The first song is 8 minutes and 33 seconds.
Oh my god.
Wait, if you think that's bad, you know what you know how long their last song is?
What?
15 minutes. Almost
Oh my
16.
god.
But yeah, it's a
See,
concept.
that's when I can't get into it.
It's a
I think
concept
there's only-
album about artificial intelligence and the stars, which my friend Guillermo says that Allegiant already did it, so they're kind of like
Yeah.
an original on that.
I mean, it's hard to get an original idea in metal specifically. There's
Mhm.
sometimes there's an album by I forgot what it was called. I think it was Gojira. It was called From Mars to Sirius, and it's about like interplanetary whale travel and like how the Earth is being destroyed. It's very
Mhm.
strange, but very fun album.
Other than that,
That's not the album I'm choosing though.
Yeah,
The album I'm choosing.
All right, The Stage. Here's my one word review, or two. It's okay. And I don't think we're ever gonna review that because that's just too long of an album. But what was the album?
My album is drumroll please. I heard that. It is Weezer's Blue Album.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It is
So
a very one of my favorite albums and one of the most influential in life. And I hope you guys enjoy it.
I already
We'll
like
review
it.
that next-
I'll give you my review of it right now. No, I'm just kidding. That's for
Yeah,
next
okay.
week. Deluxe
Yep.
edition.
Not the deluxe edition, just
That's
the.
a lot.
Okay.
We could talk.
Yeah.
We could talk. Well, I mean, you could talk about the B sides on the deluxe edition that you like, because there's only like three, like the ones that aren't demos, the ones that are actual, just straight up B sides. You can talk about the extra 3 tracks on there.
Yeah, we'll talk about them. I'll give them a listen.
Hmm.
But other than that,
Very good.
that's about it. Weezer, we're gonna be sticking to the emo side of things. We expect to have Jeff next week, and he'll have a pick, and then it's back to Aaron, and we'll figure out the picks there from there. But overall, pretty short and sweet podcast compared to the others. It's about it.
I'm starting to get
Spooky
really
scary.
attached to you guys.
Hey guys, a few years ago, a man was walking down a road because his car broke down. He saw a car coming up behind him, so he stuck out his thumb to hit check, and the car stopped ahead of him. He ran up to the passenger side, opened the door. When he opened the door, his skeleton popped out.
Holy shit.
Ah!
Happy All Hallows
Wow.
Eve. Enjoy your Halloween, guys.
Spooky scary.
Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves.
What?
And guys, keep doing what you're doing. Bye.